daughter is having her senior honors night this evening, I believe, or some such thing, for his daughter. So he is with his family, which is where he should be. It's 5:30, we call the meeting to order. Commissioner Taylor, would you give us a invocation, please?
Lord, we thank you so much for this day and this time, Lord. We thank you for the blessings and love and grace you give us each and every day. We ask that you give us your discernment, wisdom. Let our lips only speak your love, Lord. Let our walk only show your faith and grace. We ask for your discernment in all things. Let's be about you and your county and nothing else. In Christ's holy name we pray.
There's an item to add to the agenda, okay, from planning. We need 2/3 vote to add to the agenda. So this is to put traffic signals for the new Liberty Creek School. And there's a motion from Commissioner Gu, second by Commissioner Shell. Any discussion? And again, this will be a 2/3 vote, and it'll be, if it passes, it'll be item. I'm sorry. Raise your hands. Yes. E on the agenda. So all in favor, raise your hand. Aye. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sounds like it passed. Okay, thank you. Mr. Good, I believe you have a motion for the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we remove for tonight 9C, that's amending the rules. After doing some due diligence, and talking to folks with the County Official Association that's had a meeting in the last few weeks, as well as talking in depth with the law director, we actually have numerous things that we need to change as it relates to our rules. And it's the belief of the county attorney and myself, the county mayor, that and others, that we would consult with the County Officials Association, because they just took up Robert's rules and so forth. And the county attorney suggested that'd be a good idea to do that and give her and her team 30 to 60 days to come up with recommendations, and then have a special call meeting for rules. And that's the explanation. The motion is to refer it back to legislative until further notice.
Okay, so your motion is to refer this 9C and any other rules changes.
Correct.
To a special call legislative committee. Yes.
Can I also pull the go green with that too? Because that really ought to be a rule that goes with the policies and procedures of this body, that go green resolution as well.
That's, Mr. Chairman, that's fine.
Is that part of your motion as well? So the motion is that, and it's both seconded, 9A, actually 9B and 9C, and any rule change proposals be postponed until a special call legislative committee meeting sometime in the next 60 to 90 days. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Raise your hand, excuse me. Raise your hand. Opposed? Okay. All right, so that removes items B and C from our agenda. So I guess D becomes B, and E will become C. All right. Any more agenda items? All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye. Opposed? Okay. All right. Recognition of the public. Would you hand me the list up there, please? Okay. Anybody else want to sign up for the agenda? Mr. Javant, what did you want to speak to us?
Looks like on what you just defer, 30 or 60 days on the 5-minute rule.
You wanted to speak on a rules change?
Yeah.
Okay, since that's no longer on the agenda,
I just heard that.
we will remove your name. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Anybody else wish to speak on an item that is on the agenda? Okay. Sorry, I forgot to approve minutes because we're talking about the agenda so long. So, is there a motion to approve minutes? Motion approved from Commissioner Shell, second from Commissioner Good. All in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. Report the chairman. No. Report the county there.
No report, unless you have any questions about the
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a few minutes. Veteran Service Report is attached. That's just to send to the commission. We don't need to vote to approve that, is that correct? Okay. D, authorize application for designation of voting center to make us a voting center county. I guess we can talk to Ms. Ashley about that.
Do you want me here?
That's fine. Push the blue button. You should be able to talk on the phone. Probably yellow.
I'm loud enough. I'll probably, well, okay, whatever does it for you. We were one of three counties approved with the legislature this session to participate in convenient vote centers. That was us, Sullivan and Weekly. We qualified it a couple of years ago, but they did it so late we could not implement the vote centers. It's a pretty big undertaking. So we have now been approved again. We're asking for you guys to recommend approval to the full county commission for the capital outlay. It's going to show on the budget is $107,350, but in actuality, we're going to join that with our redistricting that we're doing anyway and we're paying for anyway, and so it's going to be a very minimal difference. So we're just asking this body to recommend approval to the full county commission, who has to vote on it per statute, to approve convenient vote centers. And for those of you who don't know what they are, that means any legitimately registered voter in Sumner County can vote in any precinct, any location that we have open on election day. We will still have early voting for the full time in Hendersonville and Gallatin. We will still do our satellite voting in all the municipalities. There will be nothing lost. It will just help us, and it does encourage voter participation. So we just would like this body to make a recommendation to the full county commission.
Mr. Good.
I make a motion to take this action, this recommendation, and send it to the full commission.
Second, Commissioner Taylor. Any discussion? Is there anybody, who did it? Has anybody been in the last election?
Oh, yes, Williamson, Rutherford, Wilson, and Monroe, who's a very small county, but the other three are comparable to us.
Okay, what was the actual results?
Extremely successful,
Okay.
And the voters love it.
Okay. Commissioner Moore Taylor, do you want to say something or ask a
Just
question?
a question that goes along with that, is there any chance of better rural districts such as mine that have voting precincts?
We will make sure that all areas of the county are covered. We're not going to remove anyone's location. In other words, we're not going to go to Westmoreland or not go,
Well,
you
no,
know.
what I'm saying is add two, we used to have three,
Right.
now we have two.
We're not taking,
And at the last election, they were wrapped around Carvette Church at 7 o'clock.
this should help that significantly. Because if you go to one location and, for example, you went to Church of Christ in Hendersonville and it was backed up, there'll be 3 or 4 more locations in Hendersonville you can go to, and that will apply to every single convenient vote center. So, and it's all done on traffic count for the coordinator.
Commissioner Taylor's question, we don't know at this point where the precincts will be because we don't have the redistricting.
That is correct.
So we can't really tell where any precincts are going to be.
But we're not going to leave any area of the county uncovered. That's correct. And then in places like Hendersonville, you know, the initial thought was we'll have one. No way that would work. So we'll have multiple, you know, in the larger areas. Everything's done based on traffic count and historic voter turnout.
Any commissioners, any questions? Is there a vote? We have a motion second, I believe. All in favor, say, raise your hand, please. Sending this on the commission. Anybody against? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
E, traffic signals at Wacol Pike and Conversation Camp Creek. Josh, you want to speak to this? And this is at no cost to the county.
Yes, sir. This is something that's it's a traffic requirement as part of the new school complex coming in. Mayor Holt, got to give him extreme credit on the amount of work that he's done behind the scenes working with TDOT. twisting arms and that kind of thing to get this signal done in time for the new school to open. TDOT has, they don't get in a hurry very often, but I can guarantee all of you they're in a hurry right now and they're working expeditiously to get this done. They sent this to the county basically after the deadline to get it on legislative, and just right after. And so it didn't get put on there. I looked at it and it does need to be adopted. There's no money as part of this that's going to be required from the county for this, but they do require an ordinance or a resolution to be adopted by the governing body in order to do this. So wanted to get it done.
Okay, motion from Commissioner Schill, is there a second from Commissioner Taylor? Any questions about this? All right, all in favor, say aye, raise your hand. All opposed? Okay, thank you. Seeing no new business, certificates of recognition, before anybody makes a motion. B has been changed, needs to be revised, recognizing May as National Children's Mental Health Awareness Month, instead of just that day. Yes, sir, did you have a comment or question or anything? Okay, you want to, do you need to talk about it now, or do you, okay? Go ahead.
Several people, and here's gonna be my approach, and I need to sign off with it.
Is that your resolution?
Yes, it's a resolution to recognize.
Okay, is that something, are we need to, wasn't there a resolution to recognize EMS and volunteers, is that correct?
Basically, everybody in the public health situation, health.
Okay, so if you've got people to add to the list, why don't you give that to Ms. Denny? Okay.
Well, we will find it.
Yes, that's fine.
I want to recognize entities rather than names.
Okay.
You can't do that, you'll shrink to 300 people, basically.
Sure.
I got Overall Volunteer Fire Department, Portland Chamber of Commerce, City of Portland, City of Westmoreland, City of Galveston, First Baptist Church of Portland, Eventual Generation Church, John Hamlin, Antioch Baptist Generation Church of Portland, Jackson Lawn Care, and Randy Baker Construction. And I'm not, what I prefer to do is not solicit those people to appear.
Thank you.
We'll deliver these to them. I talked to the lady at the Chamber of Commerce, and she said the people that she recruited, she'd take those and make sure they got distributed.
Yeah.
And let me add this comment now. You notice there's only one name on here because John Abbey is not part of the entity. He furnished us a burn site up there on the farm, because had he not done that, they had brought all Brusky out and went back to the truck. And you had people out of Westmoreland, volunteers who operated the brush truck. So there's 100 probably personal names, and I don't want to get into that, because if you do that, you're missing. Yeah, that's right. So if everybody's in agreement to do it that way, and this is Commissioner Taylor and Commissioner Wright, just right at the beginning of this place. So part of this will go to like the Oak Grove Fire Department and Western City, Westmoreland. So I'll give it to them for them to take it, present it to those folks rather than just running the thing. So I move for space.
All right, so you made a motion to, they made a motion to approve all, or approve. Is that correct? Is there a second? Okay, Commissioner Taylor second, Commissioner Hinton made that motion. Any more discussion? Before we get off, after we make a motion, we're gonna leave, Ms. Denham wants to talk to us about it, so. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, Ms. Denham.
For budget cuts in an effort to get the human resources director, Jen and I have given up our secretary. And because of that, we're gonna need help from y'all with these certificates, because I've lost the person who would call and track down this information. We have everything on this month, but in the future, we're gonna need help. We can't just track people down. But also too, this month, we would have sent out dozens and dozens of letters inviting people to this, like we would have sent a letter to every single Galvin High School way vet, or to everybody on the academic team. I don't have addresses for these people, so if this is someone that you ask us to honor, We're asking y'all to please notify them to be here. We just don't have the staff. Yes, ma'am.
Can we just address that when we address our rule changes and maybe come up with some kind of a formula?
Absolutely, that's on my list, that's on my list of things that need to be addressed, yes. But just for this month especially, we are really running behind with the clerical stuff with the one lady that we have. So if this is a person you know or a group you know, please contact them and tell them that we want them here Monday night. Thank you.
And, I believe that there's a lot of counties that don't do this at all. So we've got to start looking at, as you said, a new way of doing this. All right, any questions for Leah about this? Okay. Moving on, zoning. This is the second reading, since it's to the commission, or it's first reading. So it's, at this point, we're still a little ways away from voting on approval of this, but we're right now just voting. I'm sorry, what?
Go form is the second reading, it won't come up this month.
Oh, it'll come up this month, I'm sorry, okay, I misunderstood what you said. All right, so this is, it's about sending this on to the county commission, where it will be voted on this month, is that correct? Okay, thank you, sorry about that. For the letter A. Is there a motion to send this to the commission without the Commissioner Taylor and Commissioner Good seconded? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Or raise your hand, sorry, I apologize. Raise your hand, okay. Passes. Ricky Bobby Properties, this is also second reading, this is first, okay, sorry. Seeking rezoning from rural residential to PUD, the effort of getting approval for a proposed fire department facility existing private baseball field and proposed industrial warehouse building. Okay. This is to send to, this is first reading. Is there a motion? Commissioner Taylor, Commissioner Good, is there a second? Second is Commissioner Good. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, please. All opposed? Okay. And that passes. Motion to adjourn. Is there a second? All in favor, please. Yeah. Over here, we'll go.